Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And a reminder with Offspring Day going on right now. So tonight, Offspring at the Metro. It's finally here. The Q101 pop-up free, but you have to have a ticket to get in. We've given away tickets for weeks now, and it holds under 1,000 people. Here's your way to get in today very, very easily, I think, if you get there right at 3 o'clock. Almost Home Tavern and Grill. Brian Phillips, our afternoon guy, is going to be broadcasting his show live from 3 to 7 p.m. Special live event. Almost Home, by the way, is where we had our Cubs opening day broadcast. Awesome bar. And we did the Pearl Jam pre-games there, too, for those shows at Wrigley Field. It's just diagonally right across the street from the Metro. So every half hour, Brian Phillips is going to give away tickets to the event tonight with the Offspring at the Metro, which is incredibly very hard to get into. I understand. Offspring tomorrow night playing for 50,000 people at Riot Fest. Tonight at the Metro for under 1,000 people. It's historic. So make sure you stop by. Actually, it's an awesome bar just to have a good time at anyway. And if you don't win, you stay there and watch the Cubs game from there, or you actually go to the Cubs game right down the street.
Very fun. Lots of choices.
There's no downside to going to Almost Home Tavern and Grill tonight, or this afternoon, really, 3 to 7, and hanging out there the rest of the night. So you should do that.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, speaking of the Cubs, they blew a 3-1 lead last night to lose 5-3 to the A's, and now are officially eliminated from the NL Central Division race. The Milwaukee Brewers win the division. So that's done. That's out of the way. I didn't expect that anyway, but that was officially now gone.
Wah-wah.
Now, the Cubs losing 2 out of 3 to both Colorado and Oakland, really, really sad. As we talked just a week ago about how they have the schedule lined up for them to win games and possibly get to the wild card. And that's really getting slim now. Really almost impossible. Not mathematically eliminated yet, but almost impossible. Terrible opportunities wasted there. The Nationals at the Cubs tonight. White Sox are getting the most out of possibly the worst season in baseball by giving you 13 innings of baseball last night and losing to the Angels. Case, you watched all 13 innings, didn't you?
I watched the last 8 innings. I forgot it was an afternoon game yesterday, so I turned it on a little bit later. And I thought, oh, well, yeah, I'll catch the last few innings and then make dinner and then do whatever. And then the game kept going, and then the game kept going. And it's really, they're franchises that mirror each other, right? You know, they're both in giant cities, but the Cubs and the Dodgers are the predominant teams in those cities. The Angels are an embarrassment of a franchise. The White Sox are an embarrassment of a franchise. And they played 13 innings of baseball yesterday. It was a long one.
What did the free baseball innings look like?
Not good.
The 10th of the 13th.
Let me tell you, a lot of guys left on base in scoring position. A lot of 2 outs. Are the Angels going to end it? Nope. Ground ball to second base. All right, we'll do it again.
Well, there you go. I think it's 9 games up in the season, 10 or 9 games
I don't
right
know.
now.
Put me out of my misery.
Yeah, Case. But don't worry, Case. They're not going to participate in free agency aggressively.
Don't worry, guys. The White Sox don't want to sign anybody. They like the roster they have.
Well, that's kind of the statement that the Bears made yesterday. Matt Eberflus, the coach, after last week's game with the Texans. So Houston finished the game with 7 sacks on the Bears, 9 tackles for losses, 11 quarterback hits on poor Caleb Williams. And Texans pressured Williams 36 total times on 37 passing plays.
That's trouble.
You can't expect him to do good. People that are ripping on Caleb Williams, you can't expect it. Just like Justin Fields last year. You can't expect him to do good in that situation. It's impossible.
So we're just going to get a new quarterback next year instead of getting people? Is that what that means?
No new quarterback, but what they said was there'll be no offensive line changes coming to the Bears, much like the White Sox saying they're not going to compete in free agency. Now, it's a little different because it's the Bears after game 2. The reason is they can't. What are you going to do? You can't pick up a great offensive lineman now in week 2 anywhere. Now, I suggest if you have at least 2 years of varsity football experience at a Chicago high school that you head down to Soldier Field, or actually more importantly up to Lake Forest, to training camp up in the area, go to the facility and say, I want to try out for the Bears. Much like Mark Wahlberg in that movie, what's the Eagles movie he was in, Case? Do you remember that movie?
The Eagles movie?
So the Philadelphia Eagles movie where he tried out, he was a bartender, and then he made the team, and he became an excellent player for a year or two during the strike year for the NFL.
Oh, so he was a scab?
He was a scab, but...
This movie sounds awful.
No, it's Invincible? Is it Invincible?
Invincible, yes. Amazing movie. Inspiring, despite kind of crossing the picket lines.
Besides, being a scab.
What's a scab?
someone that crosses a picket line when union people are striking.
Oh.
Your Teamsters people, for example, you love the Teamsters?
Yeah.
So if the Teamsters are striking, and then someone crosses the line and drives a truck, because they just want to make some money and they go below union rates, they call that a scab.
So if the Teamsters are like no truck driving, there's going to be 0 trucks on the road till they're done?
Well, that's the goal, is to stronghold the people and say, you have to meet our demands because there's no trucks on the road delivering oranges, for example.
Okay. Interesting.
Did you not know what a strike was?
I know what a strike is, but like...
You never heard the term scab before, huh?
I've never heard scab. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm not one. I've never been called that, so that's good.
No, you're in a union. If we were to strike
Oh, crap.
and they had some hack come in and do mornings, they would be a scab.
Right.
Right.
So you would call them a scab.
Okay.
Wouldn't
they'd
you?
be so scabby.
Yeah. 'Cause
I get it.
they're-
Okay.
They're taking food out of your mouth. Mm-hmm. So you'd go, scab.
Scab. I'd probably just punch him in the face.
You could yell scab. It's less violent.
Yeah. No, I'd probably just attack them physically.
You'd attack him like an Indiana bobcat.
Yeah, exactly.
Finally, so we talked yesterday about the Chicago Sports Network. So if you love the Bulls, Blackhawks, and White Sox, no matter how bad they're doing, I love watching the
You didn't
games.
have to throw that tagline on there. That was super unnecessary.
Well, NBC Sports Channel is going away. And I think a lot of people like me just realized that a week ago, that it's gone at this season. October 1st, all the teams will be on the Chicago Sports Network. And as of yesterday, when we talked about this in sports, they didn't have a carrier. So you'd have to get an HD antenna from like Target or Walmart to watch these games and get it set up so you can find channel 62 or whatever the hell it is on the HD channels. Well, they made a deal. So now the Chicago Sports Network will be carried on DirecTV. Damn, they made the wrong choice for me.
Yeah, can
What do
we
you
even
have?
can we even get DirecTV where we live?
I can't. I know where I am. I cannot get it. But I don't. Maybe you can. You're in a high rise, so they usually kind of give you a plan.
I can't get DirecTV where
Yeah,
I
usually
live.
you get stuck with one.
And you could probably get it, Kenzie, where you are in Elgin. But you have. Why didn't they do Xfinity and Comcast? That's number
That's
one.
kind of, yeah. I'm not going to change all, like, over like that.
No one is. No, I can't. I'd like to know a listener that's actually going to dump what they have and get DirecTV to watch the Bulls, the Blackhawks, and the White Sox. If there's one person out there listening right now that would do that, I want to hear from you. Because that's really hard to uproot everything, even though it's all of our teams we love and want to watch no matter how bad they're doing. You know what I mean? I would love them choosing YouTube TV. Would have been great for me.
Do you think that they're going to end up with just like a little, like, okay, like a marquee to turn into an app that you could buy? So
Yeah.
we just bought the app. Do you think are they going to do that too?
They don't say that right now. But hopefully that comes about,
Yeah.
and hopefully they make a deal with Xfinity, Comcast, which I probably guess most people listening have. I have YouTube TV, and Case has YouTube TV. I'd love it on there. I get they got to make a deal, but this is terrible. It's October 1st. I mean, we're going to start missing games. We're missing stuff.
Well, go get your little antenna. They're $20. You bought one before.
I know, but
What?
I look a little weird doing that too. Like I'll be out there like setting up the antenna, and I'll say to Megan, I've got to switch over to my HD antenna to watch the games. Which, listen, we had a lot of listeners check in yesterday, and they do that. I did that when I
Yeah.
first got here, and it works.
Do you
It's
still
just-
have it? You threw
No,
your little ears away?
Once
What?
I got YouTube TV, I took it back and returned. I got the money back, the $20
Oh,
back.
that's lame. You know, you could buy it from Amazon.
Yeah,
And then if it within 30 days they drop the app, then you can return them.
yeah. I gotta hope. Do I really have faith they'll do it in 30 days?
No, you shouldn't.
I know. I
But-
know.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Cranberries for Jenny checking in from Buffalo Grove this morning. Thank you, Jenny, for listening, and all the people of Buffalo Grove for checking it out this morning. And a chance at corn tickets coming up right now. 312-591-8300. Call right now to compete against Kenzie in trivia. And if you win, you get corn tickets for that show a week from Saturday. And if you don't, everybody's still going to have a chance at the tickets because we're going to give them away anyway. So 312-591-8300. Call right now to compete against Kenzie in trivia for corn tickets.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101. You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
Here we go. The corn tickets on the line for the show is a week from Saturday at Credit Union 1 Amphitheater. And for those not necessarily in the know, that's just Tinley Park, where you've seen shows for 30 years. So that's where the show is. We have Andrew and Lowell checking in. Ahoy, Andrew, tell us something about yourself.
Yeah, I just got off of work.
All right. Loving it.
I like he's a man of few words. Big brain, few words.
I'm into it.
Yeah, you know.
Listen, I feel you, man. If you're a second, third shifter there and you just got off work, that's enough. Save all that energy for competing against Kenzie for the corn tickets.
Well, he just got off work. We learned a lot about him. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I have no further questions.
First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully, Andrew. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails, Andrew.
Tails.
Tails is right. Good job.
All right. She's pretty
All
sharp.
right.
Pretty sharp
Almost
guy.
usually tails.
All right, Andrew, here we go. Question number 1. Christmas celebrates whose birthday?
But that would be Jesus.
Just funny to hear.
I don't know why that was funny, but it was.
Hey, Seuss, what's up?
That would be Jesus.
Make sure you get a gift. All right, back to Kenzie. What decade would you most associate the term flapper girl with?
The 20s.
Wow, that's great. That's right.
Why are you so impressed by that one?
Because flapper girl means something else in my mind.
What does it mean?
It's I don't want to say it's porn related.
What?
Kenzie, I don't know this one. POV, I was right on top of this one. I don't know.
Flapper girl's a porn term? Is she like flap her wings a lot?
It's exactly
like people, kind of like what is that called? Like a furry
Yeah, exactly right.
flapper?
That's it. I really like that kind of porn.
Thanks,
Okay.
Brian.
All right, back to Andrew.
We learned a lot more about you than we did Andrew in this.
I'm on work right now. Andrew's
From
done
now
with
on, our
work.
opening question is going to be, tell us what kind of porn you like.
Back to Andrew.
Yes, 1-1.
Billie Jean King was a pro athlete in what sport, Andrew? Billie Jean King. 3?
Baseball?
It was not baseball. Kenzie? Billie Jean King?
I think it was tennis.
It is tennis.
It's a female, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's because Billie. It's
I was like, I
B-I-L-L.
may be way off here.
Yeah, B-I-L-I-E.
Cute.
I like that. Let's see. Back to Kenzie.
Yeah, 2-1 back to Kenzie.
What is the name of the NBA team that plays their home games in Sacramento?
The Kings.
That is the Sacramento Kings. 3-1. Kenzie on fire. Andrew, just name one of the 2 numbers, staying with sports, that Kobe Bryant wore during his professional career. One of the 2 numbers he wore.
I'll go with 8.
8 is right. Good job. Back to Kenzie. What car company produces the GT?
GT.
What car company?
Is it Ford?
It is Ford. Kenzie's en fuego.
Eee. Feel pretty good.
Andrew, a hot dog is a colloquial term used for what food?
What would we call that? Like a sausage on a bun?
Oh, boy.
A hot dog?
Yeah, hot dog. That's not right. So, Kenzie, for the win,
Is it the Frankfurter or whatever?
Frankfurter is what we were looking for. The Frankfurter. Oh, boy. I'm sorry, Andrew.
Oof. Oh, it's all right.
Yeah, go get some sleep. Well, listen to the show. Listen to the
Really
show
some
for
sleep.
yeah.
Yes.
Listen for a couple hours, then go to bed. Okay, bud.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So here's what we're going to do. Right after Noah Khan, everybody listening still has a chance at those corn tickets. A lot of people want them. So stay here for 3 minutes, and you'll hear God Bless the Baby. You call, and you win. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 coming up 10 minutes away from Ticket Blitz Thursday. We launch it at 8 o'clock for Rainbow Kitten Surprise at Credit Union 1 Arena. So that now is the former UIC Pavilion, if you're not aware. It is Saturday, September 28th, a week from Saturday, and furnished from our great friends, Jam Productions, helped us out with that. So Ticket Blitz Thursday launches at 8 o'clock in 10 minutes with Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. Now, I mentioned something weird going on at work, and if you guys have anything you want to chime in on about someone that does something very weird at work. And this came from one of our listeners, and they sent this long, detailed message, but I have to read the whole thing to get the context of how this listener is struggling with the situation. Okay, so here is the letter we got. For context, I work at a large food company in our science and technology HQ with several experts in various aspects of food science. We only have 2 microwaves at work for a couple hundred employees. So for those that bring in their own lunch, it can get pretty busy by the microwaves, especially on days when there's a lot of people in the office. People have this habit of putting multiple food items in the microwave from different people. So if there's space while you're using the microwave, it's common for someone to approach you and say, hey, can I put my stuff in the microwave together with yours? I've never heard of that ever in my life.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I've never heard of that in my life.
It's going to take twice as long to heat up the food, so you might as well just let them go, and then you go. It's the same thing.
When I read that, I couldn't believe that people do that. Now, maybe I'm the weird one, and it's very relatable, and people do that all the time.
You seem like you have a lot of microwave rules, Brian, I would imagine. That seems like a sacred space for you.
Well, one operator per meal, per usage.
I imagine in your house you have a laminate next to the microwave of here are the rules, here's how we're going to use this thing.
Well, you must wipe down after you use it. Otherwise, all that stuff gets crusty on there and doesn't come off. Like, they'll say pizza sauce splatters.
Yeah, that's like seasoning, though. You just keep it on there, let it marinate for a while.
No, it's not a grill.
Disgusting.
It's not your Weber out back with your charcoal adding flavor. It's a microwave.
It's a microwave.
Okay, so this guy continues after he's saying, people, hey, can I put my stuff in the microwave? This drives me absolutely crazy because from my understanding how a microwave works, it can't magically output more than its max power, 1,000 watts for our microwaves, I think. And so if you put in 0.05 L for food in the microwave and heat it to max power, 1,000 watts, it should take 2 minutes to get hot. If we double the food amount, it will take 4 minutes. I love how he got into this. If me and you do this in a series, one after the other, I'll have to wait 2 minutes, then go after, and you'll have to wait 4 minutes, 2 minutes for my food, 2 minutes for yours. So a total wait time of 6 minutes. If we do it in parallel, we both have to wait 4 minutes, so a wait time is total of 8 minutes. This doesn't affect your wait time as the person adding food, but it does affect mine as the person initially using the microwave. This guy's awesome.
Well, it is stupid, and also I like my food to like burn me. So you're gonna be like, oh, it's done. I'm like, no, it's not. It's gonna be a whole thing.
That's a funny statement, by the way. What? I like my food to burn me. I
hate when I sit down and there's like cold spots in my food. I can't do it.
I agree. You have to microwave and then stir it and then microwave again. Yes. You have to get everything hot.
Yep.
He finishes the email to us with, I feel that people in my company who work in science and technology should know these stats. And I get sick of saying no to people when they ask me. So he actually says, no, you can't put your food in the microwave with mine.
Good.
I think that is pretty good. You stand up for yourself. And he says, this happens all the time, again, for the situation of hundreds of people using 2 microwaves at his workplace. If I just say no without explaining, I seem like a grumpy a-hole. If I explain myself, I seem like a know-it-all. It's at the point where I'm more reluctant to even use microwaves now because I don't want people to think I'm a D for not wanting to share.
I think you should go out to eat for lunch. I do.
He's asking us, should I stick to my guns, safe in the knowledge that others are being irrational and illogical, or should I accept that my time is wasted in the interest of being polite and avoiding confrontation? I've asked colleagues and had views on both sides, so I need your help to break the tie, or am I just dumb and don't understand how microwaves work? No, I think you've explained it pretty awesome, in my opinion. Maybe I don't know how they work.
I would just say, I don't think he should explain himself. I think he should say, like, oh, I'm almost done. I think you should just say that.
Yeah.
If somebody asks, just go, nope, I'm almost done. And then you're like, oh, okay, because then they think they're about to use it, and you are almost done because you're not putting it in for 5 minutes. So you are almost done. Goodbye. Yeah,
but also, again, the things that people do at work in your place, hit us up at 312-591-8300. A lot of people are already checking in on like the weird thing someone does, and Ticket Puts Thursday is about 6 minutes away. Jen is checking in from Bridgeport. Jen, what's up?
Oh, my God, I have this coworker. She is just weird, she sits there, she stares at me the whole time she's in the office. The other day, out of the corner of my eye, I catch her just sipping on her drink and just staring at me. She's buying the same kind of car that I have. I have a Dodge Caravan. I don't have anything special. I have a regular boring minivan. She wants the same car as me. She drinks the same foods as I do. She eats everything that I do. She's just weird. She's very weird and creepy. The whole staring at me. She doesn't do much work, but she makes sure to stare and watch whatever I'm doing.
Have you ever said, what are you looking at?
Oh, I want to, but I know I would lose my job because it would go from 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, HR.
Maybe she has a crush on you.
Yeah, have you ever thought about that? Make a move, Jen.
Oh, no, that's okay. Even if I went that way, she's just not my type.
Got it.
I got it.
Got it.
She was probably trying to You ever wasn't there an episode of a TV show where they're trying to read minds and they keep staring at people? Does that sound familiar to either of you guys?
No.
Okay. That maybe she thinks if she practices, she can read your mind.
Let's see. She's thinking about eggs right now. Oh, boy. Thank you, Jen. I'm sorry I don't know how to solve your problem there, but check in right now at 312-591-8300 of your weird coworker. What are they doing? And when we come back, we'll talk to you about that. And also, of course, hit you up with Ticket Blitz Thursday, chance at Rainbow Kitten Surprise tickets.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.